Yeah, I'm going, Matt's going with me.
We're live.
Diane, join over here at home. You go to that meeting, the 19th, Carol, 5:30.
All right, there we are.
Okay, yeah, you get an email.
Welcome, everyone, to committee meetings for Wednesday, March 6th. Start off with Health Services Committee.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Health Services Committee meeting at 6:01. First resolution, authorizing agreement with Greene County EMS Council Inc. for EMT training 2024.
Oh my God.
Second.
Blumer, second by Winter. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Authorizing agreement, Greene County Mental Health and Coordinated Care Services Inc.
Davis.
Davis, Handel. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Increasing administrative fee, Greene County Public Health Department.
Davis again.
Davis, Handel. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Approving related service provider contract preschool special education program.
Lennon.
Rivera and Lennon. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Authorizing conference attendance, Terry Miller, Deputy Director, Greene County Public Health Department.
Lennon.
Rivera and Lennon. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Budget authorizing purchase of. That's not me. Oh, it is. It is? Yeah.
That's you. Yeah. It's great.
Budget amendment and authorizing purchase of two new 2024 Ford Escapes.
Davis.
Davis. Randall. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Is there anything else coming before Health Services Committee this evening?
Motion to close.
We are closed.
Lucas on Zoom.
Yeah. Yeah, not really.
Thank you, Tammy. I'd like to call County Resources to order at 6:04. We have no items on the agenda for the month of March, but we do have Lisa Greene here. She's our Executive Director for Cornell Cooperative Extension. She'll give a brief update.
Thank you so much for having us tonight. I'm Lisa Greene, as you know, Executive Director of Cornell Cooperative Extension. I brought two of our partners with us tonight, and they're going to talk a little bit. I know we have 10 minutes, so I just want to first say thank you for the $10,000 increase. Really appreciate it. We're doing wonderful things. This past weekend, we had Maple Fest. We got a really, you know how sometimes when they post a long thing on Facebook, you're like, oh my gosh, cringe. Ours said we were Maple-licious. So we have treats for you, made in Greene County. So we're really excited and we're very, very grateful and appreciative to have the opportunity to share about two programs today. So I'm going to be passing out some grown and made in New York maple lollipops to keep you guys all happy.
Thank you.
Hey, what about the media?
You
have to be present to grab it.
All right, forget it.
Jimmy will bring one to you.
Sucker for the suckers.
Just to keep things going here, just want to introduce myself. My name is Chris Lawton. I'm the Capital Region Welcome Center Manager. Last year, we had several historic milestones that I'd like to share with you all. 2023 was the 5th anniversary of the store and the 10th year mark of the Taste New York program. It was the first year with over $1 million of sales at the store. It's the highest volume of guests to entering the facility at 850,000. It's an increase of roughly 350 from 2022. Tax revenue generated was $35,885, which is a $9,000 increase from last year. And our goal is always to help elevate and promote local businesses. Maple Fest was a great example of that. We brought over vendor Jordan from West Cooksaki. He ended up selling and showcasing at the Maple Fest, along with the Taster and Sten event that Ag Markets promoted at their store. And, after talking to him, he reported that it was a successful event. We hope to collaborate with other vendors in Greene County too, to help promote and help bring them into the markets and hopefully just give them more exposure. One last thing that I'd like to announce is that starting March 11th, we're partnering with Feed Hudson Valley to promote all of our wasted products that would be otherwise thrown out. We're going to be donating them to food banks and pantries before they expire to hopefully kind of bring more food to local pantries that would otherwise be thrown out.
So Chris is $1 million man. This is the first time that we've crossed $1 million in sales in 5 years. And very grateful. Working with assistant manager. He has applications, which who should we give those to?
Anybody?
For anyone who has a friend who has a product that they want to get in the store. So can we give them to?
I just have a question. I was in the building on Saturday. Why are there no brochures in the Capital District Welcome Center?
So we have some for the capital region. I'm trying to work with Greene County Tourism to get more.
Okay. I didn't see any.
We had some. We worked with the Greene County Tourism Director, but there is a challenge about what we can put in because it's the capital region. We continue to work with the Thruway Authority and Ag and Market to have that there. So we did have them, and they all were taken. We had about 5 boxes that came probably in the summer, but it's an ongoing thing to make sure because we all know we're in the Hudson Valley and we're in the capital region. It depends on who you talk to and what time of day. But we keep pushing it, just so you know.
All the buildings in Greene County.
Exactly.
And I saw the plexiglass display under the state map with all the little holders that were all empty.
Yeah, here's the problem though, the Taste of New York Center is on the northbound side and there's no exit after there that ends in Greene County.
Right.
But still, people might come around.
Well, yeah, they should happen there.
Yeah.
It's something we've been talking our state development about too. They allocate them seasonally, so winter ones are selling out. They're trying to switch over to the spring, summer.
Do you guys have any questions about the store?
Oh, just to answer his question, it is the Capital Region Welcome Center, so, that's the Adirondacks and that venue. Our brochures are down in Woodbury at the Welcome Center for the Cascos, which is down at the outlet, just to let you know.
I've seen them there.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
that's
I
the
understand.
Casco. That's how they broke it up. The Thruway Authority broke it
We've
up.
been pushing and we can go keep, yeah.
I mean, that's just how they broke it up.
Yeah, I know.
And our next contestant is a lifelong Greene County resident. This is Patricia Esposito, who is a master gardener and is going to talk a little bit about our program.
First off, I just like to say thank you for all the money that you provide for cooperative extension. I was born in Greene County. My grandfather had a dairy farm. My dad had chickens, and I was in 4-H. And when I retired from my work, I loved gardening, so I decided to take the class in 2016. And I'm so excited this year. We're starting our new Master Gardener Volunteer Program again after COVID, and we have 25 people, and they're from all over both counties, and they bring such a diverse variety of jobs that they were in that they're going to bring to the program, and they all have projects that they're going to work on and work with, collaborate with other organizations, nonprofits in the county in all different areas, and so I'm so excited about all the things that are going to happen in Columbia and Greene County. So thank you very much.
Thank you guys so much. It's amazing because it's very hard to get folks to understand how much energy Master Gardeners put out. They do 75 hours of, at the minimum, a year of service, plus they all go above and beyond. So 15 of our current members joined that group. It actually was 27. We had 27 new people in the course and 15 current Master Gardeners. So I think it's like that coming back together in community because we were all in person. We had a great day together, and now they're doing part of it online once a week, and then they're having full Saturdays. They meet 9 times in person for full days at different locations to learn the different components of agricultural and gardening.
Lisa, were you able to make contact with the veterans?
I sent an email and I
Okay.
never got a response, but I
All right, because I know that they are interested in working with.
very interested, and
So-
it's interesting, we had a therapist come to the Maple Fest, just in case we were all, just making sure we're all sane, no. But, we had a therapist came who, is a friend who works with veterans, and there's this mindfulness walk work that we already do with our parenting program. So I did have a
Okay.
phone call, but we want to keep exchanging with the vet to vet program to do more. For anyone here who does work with veterans, there's an amazing program out of Ulster County, when I worked with Stewart Air Force Base in West Point, that began, and one of the things that they're doing there, if you know anybody that's a veteran, they get scholarships to learn how to be a key grip and a stage on film crews, and it's like a 4 or 5 day course, and it's for free. So I'll send it to you.
Okay.
To send it out to everyone, because it's another great way for people to learn about how to engage the veteran community into transitioning their service into professional careers that. Any other questions? Thank you so much, and please come and visit us. We seem to have a lot of classes, a lot of programs, and Maple Fest was quite amazing. We had a roving fiddler, which was a big hit, and it was a really great time. Over 350 people attended that we could count, because it was wild. And half the people were from Greene County, and half the people were new people who either heard about it on social media or a friend, or they came from Ankrum, or they came from Dutchess or Long Island, or they came from, we have people from Vermont, people from Connecticut, Pennsylvania. It was wild. It was really wonderful. So thank you all for your support.
Thank you.
Okay, does anybody else have anything to come before county resources?
Motion to adjourn?
Okay, second. I'll second that. We're adjourned.
Okay, good evening, everybody. I'd like to call the Public Safety Committee to order at 6:13 PM. We have 3 proposed action items, but before we get into there, tonight we have Sheriff Kosminski with his report.
Good evening, everybody. Oh, kind of a slow month. I don't know if I can say that too loud, but. All right, we had 38 civil attempts, served 17 civil papers, issued 222 traffic tickets, investigated 24 traffic accidents, made 32 arrests and 1 DWI arrest. We handled 525 calls for service and made 410 traffic stops. On February 1st, starting jail population was 31. As of February 29th, it was 34, the high for the month being 34. Corrections officers did 22 transports, traveling 573 miles, totaling 42 hours, moving 23 inmates. We have no state-ready inmates in our custody. The jail was accredited, thanks to Superintendent Overwater's staff. They did a great job. And the New York State Sheriff's Association will be coming to a meeting next month to present the certificate. Also, they did a great job. Shorthanded, but thank you.
Congratulations, Mike.
The only other thing I have is that we have posted our community wellness director position and are starting to get some applicants. And we still need to hire 9 corrections officers. So anybody knows if anybody needs a job. And we also got the civil service and allowed them to lower the age of the requirements there to the age of 19. So that we can bridge that gap. So when people are in college in Columbia Greene specifically, there's 2 years before they can take the test. So we lowered the age so that they don't have to wait.
Is that position also for the health program? Where they don't have to take the civil service?
For the COs, yes, that's continuous. I think it's not eligible for help, but
Yeah,
it's
it's right.
continuous. Right.
The The help does not prevent or the requirement for law enforcement.
It's a continuous testing for that.
Yeah, at least we don't have to wait 2 years for a test.
Right.
Did they make that where they're just jailers and not peace officers? Or,
The only restriction would be they would not be able to carry a firearm until it.
Okay.
So they couldn't do transports, but other than that. Anything else? Quick night.
Thanks, Sheriff. Thanks, Sheriff. And the Director of 911 Center, John Farrell.
Now, you heard the Q word come out of the sheriff's mouth, right?
I heard that.
All right.
Good evening, all. First, February's numbers, EMS calls 526, police 1352, fire 163, the other unknowns 535, for a total of 2,576. Total calls coming into the 911 center for the month was 2,867. Mutual aid for EMS was 28, fire was 5. And during the month of February, there was no calls for hazmat or the fire investigation team. Last Thursday night, we held our information meeting for the students for the people that's coming up in September. We ended up with 15 people. I was hoping for a little bit better, but we did have 2 juniors that were coming in with their parents present to ask about the program. We also had Ulster County Fire deputies attend as well, because when you're seeing us advertising about this program at the college, we certainly want to bring it down to Ulster as well. So hopefully, as we move a little bit closer, the numbers will increase for those that would be attending this class in September. And the guidance counselors, that's where it all starts. And so in my future, next couple of months, we'll be moving forward to make sure we reach out to all the fire chiefs and so forth, because they have to be a member of a fire company to get into the program. So sometimes to get into a fire company takes 1 or 2 months to go through the process. So now's the time that we have to make those phone calls and make sure we communicate. The last thing that I have, Dan King has been working very hard the last few months. Next Thursday on the 14th, he's conducting a comprehensive emergency management plan seminar. And that would include the department heads along with outside state and federal agencies. In that 3-hour training program, everybody will learn what their responsibilities and roles are. And then on the 28th of this month will be an actual tabletop exercise. And during that time frame, the state officials will be there as evaluators to see where our strengths and weaknesses are. So I just wanted to bring that up.
I also sent that notice out today.
Is that like all part of the NIM stuff, John?
Well, Dan, we have to do at least, if not 2 or more tabletop exercises, and all falls under the town.
Well, it's NIMS, this is more gross.
Any questions?
Last month you brought up about this battery storage. I mean, is there anything new developments on that?
I know Warren's out this week. Both of us are supposed to get together to put a letter together. And that we'll be doing that next week. Asking for my opinion, for sitting in on a couple of webinars this past, about 2 weeks ago. Last month, I talked about the fire side of it. But my recommendation to Warren when he returns next week would be that in my position and listen to the webinar, I certainly would ask that we hold off, because positions, planning boards, and also elected officials, including us in the fire service. I think we need more information before any of these can come into the county. At least that's my opinion.
Okay.
So,
I think the town of Athens just put a moratorium in.
yes, I think it was 6 months.
Yeah.
They have several locations that began questioned.
Well, it seems like people need to go to their state representatives as well, because the state is the one pushing a lot of this down to us. And giving taxpayer money to go build these facilities. So I think people need to contact them as well. Our state officials and the governor.
But I strongly feel that after all of us, it's an education. I don't think everybody, let's face it, people that volunteer for the planning board. We all need to get educated.
Right.
Do's and don'ts. In our community, obviously, I don't know about your phones, but I've been getting phone calls as well. So, so I think we gotta take very slow into it. I know the pressure from, the state is a little different. They want us to move in, yes. But that's my view. We need to take it slow and let it go for a year so we can get educated together. So.
One thing that everybody forgets though, doesn't matter which town it's in, it's gonna affect the county as a whole and the surrounding counties. Because when it goes bad, it goes bad. And they can tell you all you want about how we're gonna educate town of Catskill's fire people. What about the other people? Are you gonna educate the whole town or the whole county and the surrounding counties? Because once we're in, everybody responds.
Go back.
And that's it. And as far as I'm concerned, it's such a great thing. Have it down in the city. That's who it benefits. That's where it should be. Let it stay down there.
Any other questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, moving into proposed action items. First one, authorizing out-of-state travel, Greene County SRO Deputy Cody Rogers, Wyndham Ashland through a school.
Handle.
Second.
Handle, Martinez, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number two, amending resolution number 90-24, appointing members to the Greene County Fire Advisory Board. Lennon,
Handle.
Handle, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number three, budget amendment, capital project number 123 Greene County Justice Center.
Davis.
Davis and Bloomer, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed.
One opposition, Rivera. So carried. Anything else for public safety committee?
Chairman Hobart, for Sean, have we heard anything from Fitch there on the EMS survey?
Yes, a couple, so, we've had, what I call the data team, the working team has met 3 times with the consultant. It's going a little slower than I would have liked in terms of the collection of the base data. This past Friday, being the 3rd session, the data collection committee meets every 2 weeks on Friday. I have been trying to encourage them to give, the data is voluminous, what they're being requested to provide, and I'm asking them to kind of increase or decrease the time frame that we need to fill it up. But many of the agencies are small, they don't have really dedicated personnel that handle the administrative side of the house. There was an issue with the Greenville provider that is somewhat unique because they're a private entity, and I believe for profit. So I would imagine they might be a little bit concerned about state secrets being shared in terms of that kind of stuff. But we think we can get around it. Certainly, we have the dispatch information in terms of calls for service. We're not asking for hourly rates of pay, that kind of stuff. That'll come, way later. But I'm hoping that we're planning to have a sidebar conversation with just that agency. And hopefully they'll be more willing to provide some of the space data afterwards, but it's going a little slower than I would have liked. But I also understand it's a ton of data, it really is a ton of data. What I will do at the next month's cycle is to have you make the appointment of what I call the policy committee. So once all this data is, crunched and sliced and diced, and working with a consultant to come up with, 1, 2, 10, 100 recommendations for change, that will go to the policy committee. Now, we discussed this at the last workshop in terms of who shall be the membership of this committee. And the sense I got from you was the public safety subcommittee, the chairman, the majority leader, the minority leader. We have a doctor on it. So I'm going to send you my recommendation in advance of who that committee could be. If you want to change it, great. Didn't want it to be too large, or we wouldn't want it to be too small. I want to make sure we have a good cross section of town supervisors and that kind of stuff. People who are, like the Sean Mahoney's of the world, who came to us originally from a town perspective, and also somewhat related to what our evaluation is with the state budget proposal. The governor has proposed a number of changes for the EMS system in general, not just, of course, Greene, but because our problems are not unique. Pretty much exclude New York City, but the other 57 counties all have the same issues.
Big discussion at ISAC last week.
Big recruitment, retention, and vehicles, fleet turnover. So there's been a number of different proposals made that are right now either tied up with the executive budget or will be addressed with the legislature by themselves. That all of them, I think, are going to improve the system in general. The biggest one that I'm concerned with is the ability to create a taxing jurisdiction that would allow the county to segregate out a community. The longstanding issue we have with Catskill paying into the system that they don't really participate in because they're a full-fledged agency by themselves. I can't do that under existing county budget. With a taxing jurisdiction, we could cut them out of that, and they would not pay that money into the system unless they wanted to join on their own. So this, I think, would give us more flexibility, and it might allow the towns that are struggling to provide the service to get out of the business and tip it over into a consolidated system. If that is a recommendation that the policy committee wants to recommend, we could do it in a county-wide system. We could do it geographically. There could be a mountaintop system. There could be a valley system. We'll have numerous options to address the overall issue fairly soon. So I'm really excited to see how the adoption of the executive budget occurs, whether or not these bills will be included in the adoption of the budget or they'll continue to go through the legislative session.
Yeah, probably if there's anything that it would be okay to slow down a little bit on now, it would be this committee, because the way those laws stack up.
Yeah, you're right.
May change a lot of what our recommendations could be.
We may have many more options available to us pending which one of these bills gets approved.
I think there's nine or 10 separate pieces of legislation in all.
And I have the summary of those. I'll get them out to you tomorrow.
All right.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you for the question.
Thank you, Michael. Anything else to come before the Public Safety Committee?
If there's not, I need to make a motion to go into executive session for property.
Real estate and personnel.
As well as personnel.
I'll make the motion.
Second.